Hello, happy afternoon. I am starting a little series here, and the first step, and this is all around goal setting, sorry. The first step is around figuring out what your dreams are, right? So it's looking to the future. I really enjoy Bob Goff, if you've ever heard of him. I've listened to quite a few podcasts, and then I also am in the process of reading one of his books, but he also wrote the book Love Does, and this is Everybody Always. And I just really like his perspective and his take on life and just his stories of how he's gone through life. And I love how he talks because he talks about in 10 years, like, what does 10-year Bob do, right? And so I love his perspective, and like he's like, in 10 years, like, I'm going to be a grandpa. And so he then takes that action and he pulls that into his life of how is he going to behave now because he wants to be like 10-year Bob. So he only plans his life out 9 months in advance, right? And so I just really love that perspective for him. And I think it's a good way to look at things. So I always encourage people to kind of take some time to really write down, like, without restrictions, without imposing those pieces on you, what does 10 years from now, you in the future, what does your life look like? If you could just write it however it is, what does it look like? And put no restrictions on it. So don't say, like, I'm a good mom. What would you really want to be? You want to be this exceptional mom, right? And I really want you to get into that mindset of really that future absolute dream goal, right? And so then with that, write those things down, write down those 10 dreams. And I encourage you to really take time to do this, right? Jot down those things and then really start to narrow it down to, some of them might meld together, other ones might be a little different, but then I want you to really think about what are those 10 goals? So goals are putting actions to it, right? It's something that you're actually going to do. And so I really want you to take those 10 dreams, write them down without restrictions, and then think about how you can make them into goals. So, like, for instance, if you wanted to be debt free, you probably are going to have something about how much money you plan to make each year. So if 10 years you is going to be debt free, you probably need to make a significant income, or know something about how you're going to get there. If 10 years you is 100 pounds lighter, then you obviously need to have actions around your health and fitness, right? And so I really encourage you to write these out. As you're writing them out, don't say, I want to be 100 pounds lighter. I want you to write them as if they've already happened. This is something that Grant Cardone does, and I read when I was listening to one of his books through Audible. I really liked how he does that. I know Rachel Hollis uses that same thing. So this is similar to what she does in her journals. And so I really want you to take that into account. What have you accomplished? So write them as if you've already accomplished them. And so in 10 years, you're going to say, I have lost 100 pounds, or I'm 100 pounds lighter. Because when you write it that way, your brain doesn't come up with the reasons why you can't get there. And so it becomes really powerful when you are writing it down as if it's already happened. So you can't get those excuses because it's like it's already happened. And so I encourage you to do that. And this is step one. Okay, this is step one as we go into the new year. Look in the future, dream, think big, write down those dreams and those goals, and write them down as if they've already happened. So at the end of this, you should have 10 things 10 years you has accomplished.